Alright, I'm back again today with some very interesting stuff going on inside of the Quest platform, some hidden stuff. Again, thank you to Basti564 for sending this over. Alright, so today you can create portals to the outside world inside of virtual reality. And you can do that using the APK that Basti has on his YouTube channel. I'll put a link down in the description. You can go check out his new video and you can download the APK right there and experiment with it if you can sideload. But this feature is something I'm assuming is going to come to the official Quest eventually, but it seems to have something to do with the Infinite Office or something along those lines. What it does is essentially allows you to drag and make a portal inside of your home space and see the outside world using the cameras in the outside of your Quest. Now, one quick disclaimer, when you're in VR, you do see it as black and white like your normal Guardian cameras do, but when it's recorded, for some reason, it records in purple. As you're seeing right now, I was able to reach out and pet our kitten and see it through the portal to the real world inside of my home on the Quest 2. Now, there are some pretty crazy ideas we could use this for, and I'll talk about that a little later in the video. Right now, though, let's jump in. I'm going to show you how it works live while I'm doing it. I can't record the actual setup process because Oculus doesn't allow you to record the setup part of it, but I'll show you what it looks like after it's all set up. Let's do it right now. All right, so here we are inside of the Quest 2. We're in the home environment right here, and if I look to the left, you can see I have a pass-through. Oh, there is a kitty in there. Hi, Litton. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Gonna roll around. It's perfect. You can see right through it. Hey there. And now you're seeing purple right now. But that's because that is when it records that. I'm seeing black and white. Hey, kitty, kitty. My foot. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. And this essentially, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. This gives you a portal into the real world. And so I can reach down. Come here, kitty, kitty. Whoa, it goes weird when you put your head into it. Anyways, you can see the portal right there. What you can do, right now you can only do a portal in this orientation towards the ground. I believe it's meant for actually having a keyboard and mouse in front of you. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Keyboard and mouse in front of you as you type on a computer and you have a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard and you have the screen, you know, your Oculus browser or whatever you want to do in front of you. I don't have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. I'm going to just showcase what it looks like. But it's a pretty cool... It's gone. Where'd it go? It's going to attack me. It's kind of creepy, actually. He's gone now, and he could be anywhere around me, and I have no idea where he is. But anyways, this allows for a portal into the real world, which is kind of a cool idea. So you can see my hands and my watch here, and then I pull it back, and there's the Oculus ones. So there's the cat right there. There he is. There's other things you can do with this. A whole bunch of ideas I have for actually how to utilize this. But first of all, it's a cool idea to have if you've got something like on a table. My thing is I've always wanted to know where my water is or where my soda or pop or whatever it is when I'm in a game. So I haven't tested it yet. I'm going to test it in just a minute. If you're in a game and you hit the Oculus button and it goes to the menu, does it stay there? When I take my headset off, this does stay there. When I reorientate with the Oculus button, it stays there. So I'm wondering if I jump into a game and I hit the Oculus button, does this stay there? We're going to test that in just a second. But if you did this, you could essentially... So I got the Oculus controller here. I'm holding it in my hand, my other hand right here. You could reach out, grab a drink, bring it up, drink it, bring it, set it back down. And it is, there is depth perception there. I can actually see where it is, so I could actually set it down on a table or something. That is one reason to do it. Another thing to do, if you're a content creator, is to actually create a Guardian right on the floor, which I may do. Sometimes I get mixed up in orientation where I'm standing, if I'm standing in the right spot because my camera's focused to a certain direction. And if I put that Guardian on the floor, right down there, and there was a big X or something on the floor with tape, which I have down there, or I don't right now, the cat ripped it up, but I'd be able to reorientate myself. I could have an arrow pointing in that direction. I could hit the Oculus button if it works, look down, that's where it is, and I know I'm facing the right direction without even having to take my headset off. But let me jump into a game really quick, and let's test and see if this stays when I jump with the Oculus button. All right, so I jumped into Floor Plan 2 really quickly, and this is actually a video coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye on the channel. It'll be coming out tomorrow. Yay! Smash my controllers together. All right, I realized that I actually don't need to hit the Oculus button because it sticks around, see? And it's cool because it's actually semi-transparent. So I can actually see not just my hand, but I can see the player's hand inside of there. I don't know how much you can see because it is purple when it's recording. Right now I can see it perfectly. I can actually see the game hand inside of this window, and I can see my hand. And when I was loading into the game, I looked down, and there was a carpet, and I could actually see an overlay of the carpet inside of there. So it's actually a semi-transparent window. It would be awesome if there was options. Let me see if I can see. See, look, you can see the puzzle. Can you see that? It says puzzle, and it has the puzzle pieces on it. It would be awesome if you could control how transparent this was, or if you could control when it appeared. You know, maybe if you did some sort of a button combination, or you press something up on your arm or something like that, if it would track it, or it would turn on so it wasn't on all the time. But it's still cool to have on. But anyways, it's cool because it actually stays in-game, which is pretty crazy. I'm assuming it's staying in-game anyways. I can see it. I'm assuming that it's staying there for you too. And it's interesting. There's currently no way to turn it off in the settings though, so I'm going to have to redo this, redraw, and cancel it just to be able to make it so that it doesn't appear in all my games again, or put it way behind me or something, since although if I turn around it'd be like that. Anyways, I'm getting way off track here. The cool thing is it persists no matter what you're doing. All right, so now I've moved over to my desk. I'm standing in front of my monitors right here. There's 2 monitors, and I've got my keyboard. Well, that's keyboard, and that's mouse, and I've got my mouse pad. You can see all that in the pass-through with this portal, and I can actually see things enough to move things around. It's purple for you, so I'm not sure how much you can actually see. I don't know if you can see my little BMF mouse pad that I got as a gift from my wife for Christmas. But this pass-through allows me now to actually use my computer in VR. If I can find my mouse, there it is. You can pull Word up really quick. You can type. If I could actually type, that would be nice. But you can type on the keyboard. You can kind of see it's still not, like, if you know where your fingers are supposed to be, like if you're actually a good typist. Yeah, see, that's about as good as I can type. But what this allows me to do now is I can actually use this as a productivity application. You can use Virtual Desktop as productivity and see your keyboard and your mouse. All right, so now we've popped over to the channel really quickly, and you can see here, this is obviously the BMF VR YouTube channel, and I got my keyboard and mouse here. You can easily scroll through. This makes it super easy. I mean, I know where everything is on my keyboard anyways, because I stand in front of this desk all of the time, but this allows me to actually see what I'm doing, so I can, in theory, actually do productivity work. Now, if the cameras were a little bit higher quality, if they had better visuals, if they were color, it'd be even better. But as of right now, even without a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, thank you to Basti for actually recommending this on Twitter when I posted this, to try this out. It actually works really, really well. It's pretty cool. The ability to be able to see the keyboard and the mouse in VR changes productivity, and I think that's pretty awesome. Now, we've talked about getting drinks in VR and having to be able to see your can once the orientation can change, but this could be really good for a whole bunch of different reasons, and I think it's a really cool little hidden feature that I hope that Oculus releases official support for eventually. All right, so that's the gist of this hidden feature. What are your thoughts on it? What's something you want to do with the hidden pass-through feature to get to a portal of the real world while you're in virtual reality, which sounds crazy, but actually is pretty freaking cool. The idea of creating a portal and using even the terminology portal alludes to the fact that you're in a new place and you have to have another portal to actually get to the outside world, which in another way increases the immersion. Now, I know that could potentially break the immersion of being in a virtual world, technically speaking, with a portal to the outside world. But in all honesty, in some ways, depending on the circumstances and the situations, I think it actually increases immersion because it makes you feel like you're somewhere else. You're inside of a world and you have an overlay that brings you to the outside world, which sounds kind of weird and like it wouldn't really be useful, but I can think of a whole bunch of ways it could be useful. What are your ways you think this could be an awesome addition to the Quest platform, either as part of Infinite Office or as part of a way to easier be in VR and interact with things in the outside world? Let me know down in the comments what you think, and I'll put a link down in the description to Basti564's YouTube channel to his newest video. You can download the APK and you can even try it out for yourself. Now, before I say goodbye, I'm going to read a couple of comments from the last video that I did. I want to do this to try to engage more with the community and hopefully get some interesting conversations going. This is the video about obstacle intrusion, or Guardian obstacle intrusion, that allows you to see things when they show up in the Guardian in a future update. And this comment from Lee Pemberton says, one of the horror devs definitely need to implement this into their game experience. Suddenly, their horror character registers as standing in your real world room, like Metal Gear Solid, and the psychic character making your controller vibrate. It would break the fourth wall in a terrifying way. absolutely agree. That would be next level horrifying if that ever happened. I remember playing against Psycho Mantis in Metal Gear Solid and the controller vibrating, and it blew my mind. Even switching the controller from one port to the other blew my mind because it broke that level of gameplay into the real world. It is pretty freaking creepy. I totally agree. That would be absolutely awesome. Also, the Gold Ninja 321 said, I just got my Quest a couple of days ago, and my mom was hooked and got one the day she tried mine. Absolutely awesome. I love seeing stories like this where people are showing them to their friends, their family, and grabbing them immediately. It's just an awesome thing to see, and it's proof that this virtual reality thing is around to stay. Also, Brandon Drums says, all this is nicely paving the way to amazing AR gaming. Imagine it learning your whole house, but making it look abandoned and being infiltrated by zombies. Imagine playing outside and seeing hostiles pop out from behind trees and shooting from windows. Yes, AR is going to be crazy when it gets to the point where it can do that. Love to see that kind of stuff working its way into what we've got going. Obviously, the Quest's cameras right now are not high enough resolution to really do that, but in the future, as things change and we get a high resolution pass through with color, definitely something that could happen, and I'm excited to see what they do. Sorry, my cat's being crazy over there. Sorry. I'm excited to see what they do in the future. All right, one more comment really quick, and I think this is a good one. Christopher Christian said, I hope while it may help with injuries, that it doesn't necessarily interrupt gameplay. My kids are always walking around, but we'll let each other know before we enter the play space. And that's a good point. I believe it'll be an option that you can turn off and on, not something that's required. So if you are not worried about that, then I think that it will be something just to keep off. If it's something you're worried about, it'll be interesting to see how it translates into VR and how intrusive it really is. Obviously, it could really break immersion if done the wrong way, or even at all, it could really break immersion. I'm assuming that a lot of people are probably going to keep it off, unless it's under certain circumstances like Beat Saber or something, and they don't mind somebody walking in and seeing it. But yeah, if I'm in the middle of a horror game, or if I'm in the middle of a story-based game, it definitely would break immersion when immersion is most important. Thanks so much for all the comments. Comment down below to have your comment potentially read in the next video. And if you want to get the most out of your Quest and your Quest 2, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there and the bell icon for notifications. Plus, you can check out even more of my videos right there. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and happy questing.